Okay, part two on this video. Back to time expires on the U.S. debt. Now, okay, the insiders are feeding off this at the expense of the taxpayers, and regardless of if we can or can't pay back all of the debt that we're acquiring to move to the big banks who are making money off this interest, is irrelevant to them. This to the world's elite bankers is a wonderful party. So they're going to try to keep this, in my opinion, going as long as they can, because this is where the money is, and they will do whatever they can to probably stop anything else from interfering with this wonderful time here for them. So the longer it can go, the better. And I think that it's probably going to go for a while. I was surprised at first in late 2009 that nothing had happened yet, but now I see why. I kind of believe in that the elite are milking this as long as they possibly can. Then we go to the next element here, which is and this one leads off of this chart because this would be the solution, and this is the U.S. financial reform. Now, for all of you patriots and optimists, that's fantastic. I like the optimism. I wish I had the optimism, but with the end of the Obama presidency coming up soon, there's just not enough time, too little too late to implement what we need. Now, some of you can say, well, the Democrats are going to get slaughtered in the next election, which is obvious. But we're going to have to replace those people with revolutionaries, and we just don't have enough of them. There's just not enough Rand Pauls on the table, even if every one of them stepped up to take the majority of the Senate and the House, to even make a difference at this point. And I don't believe we have enough time till the president election after Obama, which is going to be over 8 years from now, to get things done. So we surely don't have a president that I'm aware of that's in line to be radical enough to cause financial reform in the United States. You're going to need somebody to come up and say, my election campaign is based off of a depression. We're going to go into a depression. We're going to cut Social Security. We're going to increase taxes. We need Sharon Angles in Congress, people that'll say, cut the Department of Education. And now people are screaming, and you're getting attacked from every side. There's just not enough people on the table to take the majority of the House and Senate, and there's surely no president that's going to be ready to go in and cause this financial reform. The only way in my belief system that it could happen is going to cause huge chaos and panic. And even though people are waking up and the Tea Parties are starting to generate some of these types, too few and not enough time. So I don't consider that to be a possibility. I don't think we're going to get out of this thing, and I hope I'm wrong, but that's just the way I see it. So that's the first line. We can move down to some events that can occur from this. This is the route I'm kind of banking on. Time expiring on the U.S. debt, because the elite bankers and insiders surely don't want anything to happen. They definitely don't want this. And they have some pull in that idea. They prepay most of the Congress and the presidents before they come in to get rid of any potential problems before they even become bills. Here, this is absolutely not even a possible route, in my opinion, that could happen, because he is the elite bankers. He's one of the group, and they surely will not let Bernanke mess it up. Now here we got, this is a little bit more out of the elite's control, because of the fact that an earthquake or something could do this, and you never know. So there we go. So now we go back over here to the route, the blue highlighted route. time expires on the U.S. debt. Okay, at some point that must happen if nothing else happens earlier. And we have a major debt holder spook out. That would very likely occur. When we have debt holders that spook out, and that could also, well, no, when we have a debt holder spook out, we have the choice from the Fed. Does the Fed cover? Does it not cover? Fed covers, Fed does not cover. Now, this is already happening, and the Fed is already covering. They're buying it up. China is, do you know that China is not even the largest debt holder anymore because they're shuffling out the side door? Japan is, and people are trying to set themselves up to be more prepared for this disaster because everybody's going to lose with this. And everybody knows it, and that's what mutually keeps its existence and holds the fabric of the United States together, is that nobody is going to drop the ball and jump ship because they're scared for their own butts. So anyways, Fed does not cover, Fed covers. I'm banking on the Fed covers because they've got no conscience when it comes to this. They'll print out money for whatever comes across the table. And they can't be audited, and they can do what they want. So I don't think that they would leave it alone. If they did, we would have a stock market crash, surely. Okay. If they decide to cover, that gives us some time, because then they can go ahead and sell this as the fact that, yes, the United States government owns all of its debt, and I kind of believe that they would buy up every penny of every single debt holder without a second thought, and sell it as some plan with a catchy name or a nice name, and I think the most majority of Americans wouldn't even know about it, let alone oppose it, because somebody that they had faith in told them that it was going to be okay. I think there's a lot of situations like this where you can generate funny money and people don't even know, like the insiders, labor unions, all of that. I mean, it's been done, but it's never been sustainable. So that would inevitably lead to what I believe into hyperinflation. When you have all that money running around, something's got to change, and I think that's what the change would be, is that you end up with the hyperinflation. That hyperinflation would then lead to the U.S. dollar free fall. So this route would probably buy us more time than if they did not cover and just let us die off and we went to the stock market crash. Either way, we're going downhill here. So we have the U.S. dollar free fall, and that would then lead to your bank run and your bank holidays, just like a stock market crash would, because everybody is going to traditionally, and what people do is they'll go try to withdraw all their money, and it's not there because of the fact that it's strung out to an exponentially large number on every loan being backed by 10% of its holdings. Bank runs, bank holidays, that's going to cause hoarding. Everybody's going to run the supermarket. I lived in Florida for quite a number of years. Well, no, actually it wasn't that many years, probably 8 years. And I know what it's like when the hoarding starts, because every time there's a hurricane threat, there's snake lines out at Home Depot. The supermarket shelves are pretty much dwindled. All your necessities are gone. And if you wait till they make the announcement, there's no point in even going trying to get it, because the lines are so long. It can only be done beforehand. The hoarding will begin and end by day 2. All right. So we got the hoarding going on, and if we have hoarding, Katrina, I forget exactly how long before the gunshots started, but even if there's no legitimate reason, there's going to be gunfire if it's similar to Katrina within I think it was day 3. I forget, it was somewhere around, it was less than a week. There was